The Judgment Day story continues to tease a big direction, so we'll see what that's about. We'll also check out what's new with Liv Morgan, Conor McGregor, and more. Starting things off with some new speculation and rumors surrounding Conor McGregor's potential WWE arrival. Conor McGregor's name being in headlines with WWE is something that's not new at all. Conor and WWE have shared headlines with each other dating all the way back to 2016. Conor had gone on a rant about how he does not really respect WWE or its talent because he labeled it as a fake sport with fake fighting. And everyone knows that's the most blasphemous thing to say about pro wrestling. So fans, and even so many pro wrestlers, all came out to fire back at Conor McGregor. Even stars as big as Roman Reigns had a response for Conor back then. And when this all was happening, Conor McGregor was at the peak of his UFC career and popularity. So fans were hoping that it was all a setup for Conor McGregor crossing over and doing something inside the WWE ring. Everyone had said over the years that Conor's natural personality and loudmouth persona would be a perfect fit in WWE, but it never happened. Conor has been in communication with some pro wrestlers though. Becky Lynch even did some voiceover work for one of his UFC matches in recent years. But the big question still remains, will Conor McGregor ever step foot inside the WWE ring? Ronda Rousey did cross over from UFC to WWE and had a lot of big success there for a while. So could Conor McGregor be that next big crossover star? These Conor McGregor and WWE rumors have resurfaced again after Cody Rhodes was the one to bring it up. Cody was asked during an interview on the Schmo about which professional athlete outside of wrestling that he would like to see in WWE. And Cody's answer was Conor McGregor. Then just a few days later, Conor McGregor acknowledged the interview clip in a tweet and told Cody that he'll see him soon. So obviously those words from Conor McGregor generated a lot of hype. Something that's been talked about by fans for a near decade once again looks like it has a chance of happening. Of course, no one knows exact context of what Conor McGregor meant. Obviously, he was responding to Cody's response for wanting to see him in the WWE ring. So did Conor mean that he'll see Cody in the WWE ring in the near future? Was he trolling? Is he gonna meet up with Cody outside the ring? No one really knows, but that response has everyone excited to see what it could lead toward. Let's get back into the Judgment Day's main stories because a lot is heating up there. You got a lot going on right now in the group, but the one big story that looks like it'll have heavy implications for the future is the current Dominik Mysterio storyline. Dominik has expressed his desire to become World Heavyweight Champion in recent weeks, and when Dominik made that reveal to his fellow Judgment Day members, he was not exactly met with the most positive and uplifting reactions. The group basically laughed it off, and even Liv Morgan did not seem so sure about that dream for Dominik. And even on the October 28th edition of Raw, Dominik verbally acknowledged the Judgment Day's doubt in him winning the world title, but he said he was going to prove them all wrong. Despite the group being unsure if he can achieve his big goal or not, Carlito still got Dominik his match against a former world champion, with the stipulation from Adam Pearce being that Dominik would get a #1 contenders match for the world title if he beat this former world champion. The former world champion was Damian Priest, and thanks to a lot of outside interference from Carlito, JD, and Liv Morgan, Dominik was able to score the quick roll-up victory over Damian Priest. With this win over Damian Priest, Adam Pearce will have to hold up to his promise and now place Dominik in a #1 contenders match for the World Heavyweight title. So even though things are looking as great as ever for Dominik, here's the big issue with this entire situation. Liv, Carlito, and JD acted alone to go help Dominik Mysterio win this match against Damian Priest. Finn Balor was not a part of those plans and was not even informed about what they would be doing. WWE aired a segment following Dominik's win that really painted the picture even more clearly. Finn is the only one sitting in the Judgment Day's locker room while the rest of the members walk in with Dominik after his big win. Finn congratulates Dominik, but then pulls JD McDonough over to the side to basically scold him in private for making that move and decision without running it by him first. Finn said that the tag team titles should be their priority, and to run all future decisions like that by him first before doing it. JD responded by questioning Finn on why he had to run everything by him now. This is a big hypercritical moment for Finn Balor, because following Rhea and Damian's exit from the group, his main pitch to the new members was that the Judgment Day had no leader, how they don't answer to anyone and they ruled together. Well, less than a few months after saying that, Finn is once again demanding for everything to be run by him first, which basically implies that he sees himself as the leader of the group after all. Another potential theme here for Finn is jealousy. It was a big story back in 2023, but Finn Balor has been desperately trying to win back a WWE World title himself ever since 2016, but has been unsuccessful all the way till this point. This is the reason why Finn Balor basically screwed Damian Priest out of the world title at SummerSlam. Finn did not enjoy watching Damian walk around as world champion while he's still in a world title drought himself. So Finn waited until the perfect opportunity to help take that title off of Damian Priest. And it looks like the world title jealousy factor is coming back into play here with this new Dominik situation. In Finn's mind, he's absolutely thinking that it's outrageous for Dominik Mysterio to get a world title opportunity before he does. So that's why it looks like Finn was not jumping at the opportunity to help Dominik against Damian Priest, because he was quietly hoping that Dominik lost and did not get closer to the world title before he does himself. But thanks to the other Judgment Day members coming to Dominik's aid, Dominik is going to inch closer to the world title opportunity now, and Finn is not happy about it at all. So maybe it's not an extremely personal thing against Dominik Mysterio, but Finn is just angry and jealous because he feels like it should be him getting that opportunity because he views himself as better than any of the other Judgment Day members. So with Finn now backstepping on what he said about the group having no leader, everyone is expecting for Finn to somehow cost Dominik either the #1 contenders match or the championship match itself. Maybe it's intentional, or maybe Finn plays it off as being accidental, but it surely looks like Finn Balor just does not want to allow Dominik Mysterio to become world champion before he can become world champion himself. This is setting up a potential triple heel turn for Finn Balor. We say that because he was already heel prior to SummerSlam, but then he turned on Damian Priest for the double heel turn, and now, if he's going to be purposely starting sabotaging big matches for his group members, maybe you can look at that as a triple heel turn for Finn Balor. So keep an eye on Finn Balor because he will not help Dominik Mysterio in any way. Liv Morgan recently appeared on Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast and addressed her arrest from a few years back for the very first time. Liv Morgan said she would have been a bit more upset with her run-in with the law if she had a bad mugshot picture, but her picture ended up coming out very nice, and she surprisingly loved it. Liv even revealed the conversation she had with the police officer that was taking the mugshot. The police officer told Liv Morgan she would absolutely go viral with that mugshot because it was just that good. As far as things go with Liv Morgan right now on television, she had a loaded up schedule. She's still feuding with Rhea Ripley. She just beat her down during NXT. So we can absolutely expect to see at least one more meeting between Rhea and Liv. Liv's also dealing with Nia Jax at the moment and will have the opportunity to bring home the Crown Jewel women's title. And then on top of that, you also have Liv's relationship with Raquel Rodriguez and Dominik Mysterio. So who knows where all this leads to in the future. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.